Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez has filed a tort claim against the city. We'll tell you what he alleges and what he's seeking.
Plus, new information from the courtroom tonight about the Yakima driver in a deadly DUI crash that killed 3 people in Pasco.
Also ahead, the Pendleton Early Learning Center goes into secure status for nearly 40 minutes today. What we're learning about the cause.
And Stacy is tracking your forecast on this First Alert Fire Day.
That's right. Lots of sunshine, lots of breezy winds, even some smoke in the area. I'll tell you what to expect in the coming days. The news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thank you for spending part of your Wednesday night with us. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redmond. It is August the 13th.
And it is windy, it is hot, and it is dry.
A red flag warning remains in effect for our region until 9 p.m. tonight.
This means that fires can catch quickly and spread rapidly. So far, no major fires have broken out today, just some small ones.
But fire districts from Yakima to the Tri-Cities, Northern Oregon to Walla Walla are all urging people to be fire-wise, be safe, and stay alert.
So on this First Alert Weather Day, we have you covered.
We do. Our very own Stacy Lee joins us now from our Weather Center with more on what people need to know out there. Stacy?
That's right, guys. And yes, the red flag warning expires at 9. Like you said, we're not out of the woods yet. Check out these winds. The winds continue to pick up this afternoon. That's been impacting us in various ways, including blowing dust in the area, and we're seeing some smoke start to move in. You can kind of see the haze out on our sky cam here. Right now we're at 100 degrees, so we did hit that hot spot. Winds sustained at 17 miles an hour, but you saw a second ago the gusts are much more. Another impact today has been the smoke in the area. Now this is upper level wildfire smoke, mainly coming from fires burning on the west side, but as those winds blow in from the west, they are definitely impacting our air quality. We are seeing moderate air quality Tri-Cities. Earlier today we were seeing hazardous for sensitive groups in the Kittitas Valley. So going through the night, we'll continue to see the haze. We're going to continue to see those gusty winds, and the warm temperatures definitely going to be hanging around this evening. However, we're going to start to see a little bit of relief because we have some much needed rain coming our direction, and then our temperatures are going to drop below average for the coming days all the way into next week. And I'll break that all down for you coming up. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacy. Hey, if you have ever wanted to know how to help your community during a disaster, the Red Cross has a way to get you trained and ready, and it's happening right here in Yakima this weekend. The Red Cross is hosting an in-person shelter worker boot camp this Saturday at its Yakima chapter office at 302 South 2nd Street. Training runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and includes 4 to 5 sessions, from setting up a shelter to feeding people during local disasters. That's part of what the Red Cross calls its mass care work.
We get a lot of people that are interested in walking up and saying, what can I do to help? And so we call those event-based volunteers. And what we'll do is we'll pair them with a volunteer, a volunteer that's already been trained and approved, kind of help them walk through the process and try to encourage them to sign up.
If you can't make the Yakima event, another boot camp will be held in Kennewick. That's on September the 13th.
Time now for a follow-up. Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez, who's currently on paid administrative leave during an ongoing investigation, filed a tort claim against the city.
Gonzalez alleges he's been the target of harassment, retaliation, and discrimination, primarily by Councilmember Teresa Hancock.
He claims Hancock questioned his legal name, accused him of misusing city funds without evidence, and filed more than 60 public records requests targeting him and city staff, putting a strain on city resources. Gonzalez says these actions created a hostile work environment and caused him significant emotional distress.
He is seeking damages, though no specific amount has been named. In the meantime, the city's investigation will continue.
A Yakima man just got more than 12 years in prison for a deadly drunk driving crash that killed 3 people in Pasco. Zachary Schwartz pleaded guilty yesterday to 3 counts of vehicular homicide and 1 count of assault. The 38-year-old drove the wrong way on Interstate 182 last December and hit a family's car head-on. Guadalupe Vergara Gonzalez and her 2 children, ages 6 and 22 months, died in the crash. The father, Rodrigo Torres Gonzalez, survived but was hospitalized. Investigators say Schwartz had a blood alcohol level of 0.1% and found evidence of cannabis use in his vehicle.
New tonight, a Pendleton kindergarten briefly locked its doors this morning after nearby police activity. We're talking about the Pendleton Early Learning Center. They went into a secure status just after 10 a.m. when staff were alerted to the situation. All exterior doors were locked and no one was allowed in or out until police gave the all clear about 40 minutes later. Superintendent Michelle Jensen says staff acted swiftly to keep students safe without interrupting class. Police say they were responding to an isolated incident in the South Hill area and took 1 person into custody. There is no ongoing threat to public safety. The investigation, though, will continue. In a story we first brought you yesterday, 14 Yakima police officers, including Police Chief Sean Boyle, have been named as the officers involved in this past weekend's deadly shooting of a homicide suspect. We have been trying to get answers for several days now, trying to find out if all 14 officers have been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. Apple Valley News Now has called Yakima Police several times. However, there has been no response from the public information officer. Today, her voicemail won't accept new messages. Emails go unanswered. We contacted Yakima Valley Special Investigations, who is handling the shooting investigation. They tell us that is a question for Yakima Police. In light of the shooting, this Saturday's Cruise the Avenue in downtown Yakima has been canceled. Officials say the department is short-staffed and wants officers to focus on priority calls.
The Port of Kennewick is taking a closer look at possible contamination at Vista Field after forever chemicals were found in the soil there earlier this summer. PFAS, or forever chemicals, are man-made compounds that don't break down easily. They were detected in the soil at Vista Field a few months ago, putting some building projects on hold. Next week, the port will spend 3 days at the site using heavy drills and a backhoe to collect new soil samples from different areas. Those samples will be sent to a lab for testing.
There's a question whether the first round of testing followed the protocols, plus the levels were so low. So we're kind of, if you keep your fingers crossed, when we come out and do the further testing, we might find things are clean. But if we don't, then we go to the next step.
Arnzen says the port will continue working with environmental agencies to ensure safety before any projects start back up. With the exit of the previous mayor, Pete Serrano, comes a shift in leadership within City Council in Pasco, as the city's former mayor pro tem, David Milne, is lining up to be the city's next mayor for the remainder of Serrano's term, which is up this December. Like many, Milne says he was shocked to hear about Serrano's new promotion as an interim U.S. attorney for Eastern Washington. Milne says he is looking forward to officially stepping up from pro tem mayor to mayor, and hopefully by next Monday's regular city council meeting.
I think it's probably the biggest honor of my life, with the exception of my kids, and be married. But yeah, it's just a huge honor. Never thought I would be in this position, and I'm very thankful. And again, it's something you never think that's possible, but when it happens, you just want to step up, work hard, and do whatever I can to make Pasco a better place.
Come January, Milne says he hopes to see one of the newer members of the city council step into the leadership role as mayor. As far as Serrano's district role, the council has to fill that seat within the next 90 days. President Trump said there'll be a very good chance of a meeting between the leaders of Russia and Ukraine if his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin goes well later this week.
That following his virtual call this morning with Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders.
ABC's Perry Russum has more from Washington, D.C.
Ahead of his summit with Vladimir Putin, President Trump today lowering expectations for a ceasefire in the Ukraine war, but also raising a warning for Russia.
Will Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting on Friday?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
There will be
be?
consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences, yes.
Russia was set to be hit with stiff sanctions right before the summit was announced. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky meeting with European leaders in Berlin, Germany today, warning President Trump Putin is bluffing and wanting the war to end. Trump had wanted Zelensky at Friday's meeting with Putin, but Putin rejected that.
And was it your call not to invite President Zelensky to your meeting with Putin?
No, just the opposite.
The White House today says the summit will be held at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska. The president holding out hope this first meeting could lead to a Putin-Zelensky face-to-face.
If the first one goes okay, we'll have a quick second one. I would like to do it almost immediately, and we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
That was Perry Russum reporting. This morning, President Trump, the Vice President, President Zelensky, and European leaders held a virtual meeting ahead of the summit on Friday. It will be Putin's first time on U.S. soil since 2015.
Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on coverage of President Trump's meeting with those leaders, plus the latest on the flash flood threats in the Northeast.
Then be sure to stay with us live at 6 as we have new details from Sunnyside in the tort claim filed by City Manager Mike Gonzalez. In the meantime, your News at 5 is just getting started. Up next, Benton County's Mental Health Court has new graduates. We hear from Judge James Bell about the impact the program is making.
And Stacy is taking a look at your first alert weather forecast. It's an important one today as the fire weather danger is high. She'll break it down for us when we come back.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing, plus an additional $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
Should we push the timeline?
Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster.
Even cheaper.
Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope. You don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's tooth fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostemtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children Spokane.
Welcome back, everybody. Benton County's mental health court welcomed 3 new graduates today, and program workers say they passed with flying colors.
So if you haven't seen our story before, let's remind you on what this is. The mental health court helps people with mental illnesses waive their criminal charges through treatment and counseling. Program workers say they've had almost 190 graduates so far.
They add this month's graduates combined for only 1 citation during their time as participants, which Judge James Bell says is about as good as it gets.
And that's what this program is designed to do, get those who wouldn't otherwise be here back out helping the community. And all 3 of these are going to be really successful members of the community. They're giving back now, so it's just a great program. It's great to see these 3. They did it about as well as you could.
Big round of applause there. And Judge Bell says he hopes the graduates will consider becoming mentors for future participants of the program.
Now to another story that's making a difference. Giza Credit Union's Affinity Card program gives back to local schools and organizations each time a special debit card is swiped. And participating schools, along with districts, just received their annual checks. The TriTech Skills Center is one of the schools participating in the program. The director, Paul Randall, says his school is in its 2nd year of this program. This year, TriTech received more than $3,000, which he says will go to student leadership opportunities, competitions, and student travel.
A great example of student leadership that this Giza Affinity Card supports is our Skills USA program. And so this year we sent a diesel technology student back to Atlanta for a national competition. And so it helps support that student traveling to Atlanta.
Other school districts plan to use the funds for activities, travel, and sports equipment.
The 10th annual Burst a Bus school supply drive kicked off at Toyota of Tri-Cities with the goal of collecting school supplies, obviously. 94.9 The Wolf spent hours out front of Toyota of Tri-Cities on Canal Street gathering those supplies for kids in Benton and Franklin counties. Now, the donations went to SHAKE, which stands for Seniors Helping All Kids Education, and they work with more than 90 schools in the area. Every item stays local.
So 10 years we've been partnering to bring in school supplies, to get this bus full, to distribute to all the kids, all the schools in Benton and Franklin County. So we've been pretty successful.
And if you missed out on today's school supply drive, don't worry. The Burst a Bus school drive is back at it tomorrow, and it runs through Monday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And yes, First Alert Weather Day due to fire concerns and gusty winds. Check it out. The camera is shaking on top of the Atanum Ridge thanks to BIMAR looking into the Yakima Valley. It's been very blustery there today. 89 degrees, sustained winds at 24 miles an hour, but the gusts are even stronger. And that's been a problem, especially in the Kittitas Valley. We've had strong gusty winds creating blowing dust and reduced visibility in the area. The winds will continue to blow tonight, and they have picked up just in the last hour or so, and we'll continue to see that going through on Futurecast. Once again, you'll see those winds picking up, gusting as high as 40 to 50 miles an hour in the Kittitas Valley, 30 to 35 in the Columbia Basin. So 2-3 o'clock in the morning, things will calm down for most of us. Still going to see some gusty winds here in Hermiston and along the foothills of the Blues, but that red flag advisory will expire tonight at 9 o'clock. Another concern today, again, along with the dust, is smoke. Now we're seeing some smoke moving over as the wind's blowing in from the west, and that's going to continue to happen overnight. By tomorrow morning, you're going to see some haze developing from Tri-Cities all the way into the Yakima-Kittitas Valley and into the Cascade Mountains. The good news is with the winds blowing through, we'll see improvement of that by tomorrow evening. So we'll keep a close eye and monitor our air quality levels here in the next 24 hours. So we're seeing moderate air quality. That's the area here in yellow. we had some oranges over in the Kittitas Valley earlier today with the blowing dust and the smoke. So we'll keep a close eye on that. We've been sniffling, and I've been hearing a lot of sneezing in the building today, and I think that's the blowing dust and some of that smoke. Temperatures are warm outside. The hot spot, Tri-Cities, we hit 100 degrees today, 96 in Hermiston, 95 Walla Walla, 89 right now in the Yakima area. We see a weather pattern shift. Now, as we get into Friday, we're going to start to see this system move across the Cascades late Thursday into Friday. Most of that staying on the west side. This is a small atmospheric river, and you're going to hear that probably a lot more in the wintertime. We talk about those. It's rare to see one of these guys come through in August, but that indeed is what we're seeing. And it's going to bring some much needed rain even here to the east side of the Cascade Mountains. In fact, we've been seeing rain chances increase, especially on Saturday for the Ellensburg area. A lot less as you get into Sunday, Monday, 40% increasing to 60% in Yakima. Walla Walla also with a 50% chance of rain on Saturday. A lot less in the Columbia Basin. But again, rain chances much needed on the way. Temperatures finally giving us a little relief overnight, 50s and 60s, so much cooler than we have been seeing. Once again, we're going to keep an eye on that haze tomorrow impacting air quality. Here's where we'll see our chances of rain increasing to 50% on Saturday in the Tri-Cities, and then getting on out of the area. Yakima also going to see a pretty good chance of rain both Friday and Saturday, looking much better on Sunday. Ellensburg, we've got gusty winds there with rain coming. Look for those winds tomorrow once again in the Ellensburg area, 35 to 40 miles an hour. Walla Walla, 80s. Wet day Saturday, much needed. Could even see a thunderstorm develop there in the foothills of the Blues. And then Hermiston also has a pretty good chance of rain. Better likely of seeing those thunderstorms, though, towards the mountains. Either the Cascades or the Blues should kind of circle around us. We talked about that in depth today in our meeting about why does that happen? It's because we're sitting down in the bowl and it likes to hug the mountains. So we'll keep a close eye on that in the next couple of days.
Oh, the more you know, right?
The more you know.
I love it.
Thank you, Stacy.
All right, coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, we are turning our spotlight onto a man who's being recognized for his actions during the Burgoyne fire, what he did to preserve history.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
For 5 consecutive years, Tamaki Law has been voted Tri-City's best law firm.
Your trust fuels our commitment.
Your support inspires our dedication.
For 30 years, Tamaki Law has been your choice as the law firm that fights for the justice you deserve.
Again, on behalf of Tamaki Law, thank you for your vote of confidence.
We are so grateful to serve our amazing community.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
Every heartbeat is a second chance. At Prosser Memorial Health, our cardiac rehabilitation program empowers your recovery with expert care and state-of-the-art TechnoGym smart equipment for safe, personalized fitness after a heart event. Whether you've had a heart attack, bypass surgery, valve repair, or heart failure, ask your provider for a referral. With tailored sessions over 12 weeks, supervised by medical professionals, we support your whole health, body, mind, and heart. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
Before our service would be in and out, we wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
I'm Eduardo Morfin.
Morphine Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Step right up for a fast ride free with BFT to the Benton Franklin Fair. 6 park and ride spots to concerts and more.
All right, let's do the spotlight at 5. You know, his actions are being called above and beyond for saving the oldest Grange in the state of Washington. We're talking about Charlie Deach of Lisle. He was honored by National Grange President Christine Hamp today for saving the 136-year-old historical Columbia Grange Hall during the Burgoyne fire in Klickitat County this summer. Deach rode his backhoe to the property and started backblading, an effort he continued until officials forced him to leave. Wow. If you have an idea for the spotlight, send us your message or your DM through any of our social media channels. All right, Stacey, what do you have next for us?
All right, of course, your reason to smile and a final look at your, hopefully, swimming pool forecast tomorrow.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time.
Best deals of the year.
My favorite season of the year. Why? Is it the flowers, honeybees?
Mud. See, Bronco and Bronco Sport make every adventure more epic.
Because they come with GOAT modes. Goes over any type of terrain. Like mud.
They
sure do like mud.
Lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Why is the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo the best week of summer? Because you get more of what you love about summer. More fun in the sun with thrilling carnival rides and games. More flavors to savor with your favorite tasty fair treats. And you even get more colorful sunsets as attractions help light up the cotton candy skies. So don't miss out on your best week of summer. August 19th through 23rd at the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's almost time to head back to school, and that could mean a change in your daily routine.
Getting up earlier, getting the kids ready, you know what we mean.
But there's one thing we hope you don't change.
We hope you keep waking up with us for all your news and weather before you and the kids head out the door.
After all, we're your official back-to-school station.
Good morning, Northwest, and good morning, America. The #1 way to start your day. And it's only on Apple Valley News Now, your official back-to-school station, on your side.
Always on your side.
And welcome back. Your reason to smile comes from our good friend Alan Brither. Thank you, Alan. Morning pastels in the sky.
Yes.
Looks like a
beautiful.
painting, Alan. Good job. QR code, top of your screen. That's how you get your weather photo on TV. Thanks to our friends at Lifetime Dental Care. Real quick, I'm thinking some of us could swim, some of us aren't. I don't have a pool, but take a look at how much haze is going to be in the air. Now, that's the smoke and haze, and that's going to get worse tomorrow. for a few hours. We'll keep a close eye on the air quality, but if you're sensitive and sneezing like I was all day, so apparently it's been bothering me, or at least the dust in the air, I'm not sure, but my mother even said, do you have a cold?
Something's been getting you out there,
right?
huh?
It's not a cold. It's definitely the smoke and the haze in the air. So be safe.
Okay. All right. That'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us.
We're back at 6, hoping your news is good news.
Have a great evening.